with Bitcoin at almost $100,000 a coin and XRP going up 28% in the last week to $3 now, it's really a crazy world for crypto, and it got a lot of people asking a lot of questions. Specifically with like XRP, I've seen reports of it touching $10 by the end of the year, $100. And I even seen that like in 2 years, XRP might be worth like $325, which is some crazy stuff. So I definitely want to get into all that, and I want to give my opinions on how I feel. I'm mainly going to talk about those two cryptos, but I want to talk about crypto as a whole, just because, like I said in my last video, definitely check that video out if you haven't. Like I was saying, I am not really a guru. I don't really do this investing thing too much. I just have been fortunate enough to have good success because, I do take pride in my common sense and my ability to like analyze current events and just see how I really truly feel. And I think that's what y'all are messing with. So with that being said, I just want to go ahead and preface and say, continue to do your own research, continue to formulate your own opinion, continue to get around people who are investing into this field and everything heavy, because there's a lot of different opinions out there, a lot of different things to be told. So I really want y'all to have y'all's best judgment and make decisions based on how y'all are feeling personally. So with that being said, I want to talk about it a little more. I think a lot of y'all are forgetting that cryptos is like what the true purpose of crypto was supposed to be. So like, many people are just getting into crypto strictly for the investment purposes, forgetting like why crypto was here. And I think that's why, we're getting to a point where like crypto is really based off speculation and hype. People are putting in these coins basically just hoping that enough people can hype it up. Like that's what happened with Dogecoin back in the day. Like there really isn't a reason to truly, and correct me if I'm wrong, who knows, maybe I'm just too beginner, but I don't really think there's a true reason to be using Dogecoin, but it was able to go up exponentially just because, it got a lot of hype behind it and everything. So with that, just be cautious and be cognizant. Just remember that like the whole point of these cryptocurrency is to, be like the modern transaction world, the modern currency, where we're getting to a point where specifically, I know like Ripple has said that they're working with banks like MasterCard, Visa, and all of them, so they can get XRP to like literally be on your card. And that's one thing, I'll go ahead and say it, I am kind of a fan of XRP just because of, number one, the Trump administration seems to be messing with it. And like my opinion on why this is the case and the reason why I personally like XRP is because two things. It has very fast transaction speed. I know like Solana is supposed to be the best because they have like, instant transaction speed, but XRP is right there with them. And then they also have low transaction fees, so it doesn't cost as much. These are two things that Bitcoin does struggle with. Now, the one thing that Bitcoin has on its hands is it's the biggest one. It's literally valued at $100,000 a coin right now. And but it does have these long transaction speeds and these high transaction fees. So it's like, are people really gonna do it? But it also has to its advantage that it is like the true image of what cryptocurrency is supposed to be, like the whole decentralized, the whole, the way that they have the halving and it has no CEO, all of that. And these are all the reasons that people aren't liking XRP. But personally, I feel like for these reasons, people like when you talk about, the people who are really dumping in a bunch of money, I think these are the reason why they do like XRP, just because it does have a company in control of it, and it kind of gives them a little more control to the money. And y'all know how the government and things like that be. They want to still have a little bit of control with the whole anything over it. So like I was saying, Bitcoin, it is like the world currency, and it doesn't have like a true company like or CEO like Ripple does, and it's like the epitome of what crypto is. But at the same time, it's like, do we really think people? I think so. And let me mention why I think it is important that like the government and all those people are messing with it, because I think that's when you're really going to notice, the skyrocketing effects of, people are saying Bitcoin gonna touch $1 million. People gonna say, like I said in the beginning of the video, XRP gonna touch so and so. I think to get to this point that these companies have to mess with it, and the companies and the government and all the people with a ton of money, people like BlackRock, they gotta mess with it. And I think XRP, because it's so cheap right now, a lot of people are just gonna dump a lot of money into it. And then because the fees are good and the transaction fees and all that, I think once like the government, because another thing I am realizing is I think the government kind of knows that crypto is the future, just because of like, the dollar isn't volatile, the dollar isn't inflated or it is kind of inflated, but it's not like, the dollar isn't at risk. It's not like the dollar is about to be in shambles anytime in the near future. But what we have noticed is for like, certain purchases and things, it's coming to a point where like crypto kind of just makes more sense. And I mentioned in the last video where, it's like I said earlier too, it's a world market where everybody doesn't have to worry about currency exchanges and all that. And it's digital. We're living in a digital world where like, even if you have a credit card, they call it liquid money and everything, that is still tied to the cash principle. You got to have that cash somewhere. You got to check that or cash that check, deposit that check or something, and able to use that money. But like this whole truly digital world of currency, I think is really the future. And that's why I think, crypto, it'll be hard for me to tell y'all which one is going to have success and everything. But I definitely think that crypto is going to have success. Now with that, y'all probably wondering why I don't talk about Ethereum, Solana, all that, Dogecoin. It's a bunch of them out there. It's not on my top of my head. But personally, I am trying to like avoid getting into a bunch of cryptos just because like what I said earlier, it's like at that point we're getting away from the actual use case of crypto, and all these cryptos can't be successful. Like there has to be a use case for it to go up. And so like when you're looking at like Ethereum and everything, for me personally, like I'm trying to see what it would give you a benefit over Bitcoin, what it would give you a benefit over XRP. You know what I'm saying? Like I personally think those are the two to really be focused on, just because number one, Bitcoin has already proven itself, and Bitcoin will likely forever be the king of crypto. But like I said, I really like the concept behind XRP and what it's kind of standing for and what it's trying to accomplish. And it really just makes sense for if a government did want to invest in a crypto. It kind of, and this is all me personally, like I said, don't take my voice, go do y'all's own research. I am just a beginner. I don't know what a candlestick chart is. I'll go ahead and say that first. But as I was mentioning, I do feel like I have a good ability for common sense and everything. And like I just think personally it makes the most sense for if a government decides to invest into a crypto and to have like a crypto be like the cash that they're really getting behind. It makes sense for it because like you can like think about how like Trump can talk to Ripple CEO when he needs something. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of adjust it based off the government and everything. So that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to put too much out there before y'all come frying me in the comments for how much I don't know. Because like I said, I don't know too much, but I do know a little bit. I do have a little bit. I do have good profits on ramen. Y'all probably mad at me right now because Palantir and all that stuff been getting cooked this week. But that's a part of it. Like, I wish I had mentioned it in the video that y'all watched, but the market gonna get ready. I had tons of periods, even when like my money would go up and then it would just plummet, and like it just seems to have my money would go up and then it would just plummet. But it's coming back. Like I said, people feel really good about Trump. Like the inauguration day could be a huge day. I don't think it's as huge as people are claiming to be. People are acting like it's going to be the biggest day in stock history, whatever. But it indeed could have a huge impact on the market. So we'll see how that goes. I appreciate y'all watching this far. And like I said, I really appreciate the support on that last video. I didn't really expect much out of it because I don't know what I'm doing, but it seems like y'all rest with that authenticity. So yeah, like I said, I appreciate it. As always, man, y'all be good. Y'all be blessed. Peace.